Hi guys, today I'm sharing a video which is from a very old collection of mine, and this is almost close to like from the year of 2009 when I was a cadet. So I'm sailing on a motor vessel Alaknanda. It's a bulk carrier, or I'm going to share you all the details and all the life I had as a cadet in one of the ships on a bulk carrier. So at present I sail mostly on oil tankers, but I definitely had a good experience on a bulk carrier sailing for 5 months. It's an amazing uh, journey ahead. We were mostly sailing from China to Australia because we are carrying coking coal and iron ore both the ways, and also in between docking in Indian ports of Visakhapatnam.
You have heard the sound just now. So the sound was given because we are going through an area which is having a very low visibility, that means poor visibility. Man, it's tough to hold this camera. Both the radars are working because the visibility is so poor. We have to use both the radars. You can see this vessel name Alaknanda. As the visibility improves, the day job has to go on, and you can see the people on the deck already working in this rough weather. It's drizzly and rainy, but seafarers have to work in worse conditions, in worse situations. Really appreciate them because they're hosing down for the next port, Ningbo in China. So they're cleaning everything because every time we have a port state inspection to actually verify this condition and maintenance on board. There's a lifeboat. It has got, when you see those white marks, it's actually the number of people who go to sit here. And that's all. Everything is fine up here. In another 7 to 6 months, maybe I'll become a second mate. I've got to give some exams, spend some time studying, which I really hate to do. और बाकी my course mates are really good. They're long cadets with me. They're really fine. I enjoy with them. And if you can see those two capsules kind of thing, those are life rafts. We actually throw them, certain life rafts we throw them in the water, and these are the life rafts which gets inflated once thrown in the water, and it's like it has got a CO2 cylinder in between, so which actually fills up the air inside. Depth below keel is around 23 meters, and right now our draft is we're having an out draft of around 6.56, something around like that, and the forward draft is around 3.56, something like that.
We've just crossed the South China Sea and entered the territorial waters of China, and now you're heading towards the port of Ningbo, and you can see various terminals on port and starboard side, basically on the left and the right side, and we'll be berthing in one of the terminals for the bulk carrier. And you can see the vessel ahead of me. That's a little supply vessel which usually sails into various ports and assets and berthing, and you can call them tugs, supply vessels, various kinds of vessels. When you enter the port, you will actually come across. So this is one of them. It looks nice, so I've just taken a video.
Now vessel is moved to the terminal and at the port of Ningbo, and vessel has commenced discharging of iron ore. We loaded from India, Visakhapatnam, and we're discharging it in the port of Ningbo in China. You can see all the hatches are open, and the grabs and the individual cranes are going inside and pulling out the cargo and dropping it onto various trucks and also on the jetty. Jetty is the base of the port, where we usually unload and load. So on bulk carriers we use these kind of grabs which actually goes in, drops in and lowers into the hatch slowly and picks up the cargo and drops it on the other side on the jetty. It's pretty easy, but it takes a very long duration to finish this whole process. It takes at least 7 days, sometimes even lesser, when you are in the stripping stages of the cargo, when it is in the lowest level of the cargo. and it actually gathers all the cargo nearby, and the grabs keep pulling till the last end of the last cargo is dropped out and discharged completely. The vessel is totally empty by. In that moment, we drop a JCB, a huge vehicle, into the hatch. That's me here, sitting in the cargo control room with the chief officer and assisting him.
We have sailed out from Ningbo and we have discharged the cargo, and now we are heading towards Australia, a port called Gladstone, and now we are on ballast and we are heading towards Gladstone, to South China Sea, towards the Great Barrier Reef, towards Australia.
When you're sailing, you always come across various islands, and especially when you're passing very close to Indonesia. So there are various islands and various volcanoes, live volcanoes. You've seen the same island which you're seeing here erupting, live active volcano. When you return back in the night, you can see it glowing. This is a very memorable part of my sailing here, seeing an island in the middle of the sea, and actually you can see when I zoom in, it's lush green and it's got a lot of greenery, and I don't have the right camera, but I could capture the right glow and the clouds and the lovely area and the lovely sea, deep blue sea, and we head towards. Hi there! I've just zoomed on to this vessel and you can see it's a bulk carrier and heading to the similar destination. When I checked on the AIS we have on board, we know the destination of the vessel. It's going to the same port, Gladstone, and it's a loaded bulk carrier as well. So hope we all crew members meet and have a good time on the shore.
Right now we are on dead slow ahead. We have reduced our speed to very minimum. With shallow patches here. You can see that island, part of Australia. Basically it's surrounded by, all around by reefs. We are expecting a pilot now. You can see the pilot vessel ahead. I think we have reached Cairns. We're close to Cairns. Where is the pilot vessel? We have written pilot on it. You're going to stay on board for almost 3 days. See that? It's our second officer expecting the pilot. Stand by. The pilot ladder is ready.
started to come across ferry boats, lovely, also beautiful sailing boats, and you see them swaying in the water and the wind pushing them through the waves. Lovely seeing such beautiful sailing boats in the middle of this blue sea, Great Barrier Reef. Lovely, amazing. My hair has already started to look very long sailing on board this merchant vessel. No haircut. Each island has been named accordingly. See, कुछ islands का नाम है Thursday Island, Monday Island, Wednesday Island. It's very famous islands. काफी टूरिस्ट आते हैं यहाँ पे. Really making a very slow speed. We must be on dead slow, like I said before. Blue sea है, देख सकते हैं. Very blue. यहाँ पे टाइड ज़्यादा है, इसलिए हम लोग काफ़ी धीरे से जा रहे हैं, काफ़ी धीमी गति से जा रहे हैं.
इसके अंदर
हाँ
वो भी है क्रोकोडाइल्स.
अच्छा
अंदर एक तालाब वो है, मतलब तालाब टाइप का.
पायलट ने बोला था.
क्रोकोडाइल्स भी है. पायलट पिछली बार आया था ना, वो बताइए पायलट को बताया. बहुत मस्त है. दिस इज ऑस्ट्रेलिया. साउथ कार्डिनल पॉइंट है. साउथ कार्डिनल मार्क. दिस इज ऑस्ट्रेलिया. Okay. You be there.
फोटो खींच रहा है.
फोटो
जल्दी यार, बोल नहीं कर पाऊंगा.
ओके
ज्यादा गोरा दिखेगा सारा.
रिकॉर्डिंग चल रही है बे. रिकॉर्डिंग
रिकॉर्डिंग कर लिए.
हाँ
और ये रिकॉर्डिंग का चालू कर दी यार.
हम चालू नहीं.
नहाए धोए नहीं, कुछ नहीं, तुम रिकॉर्डिंग चालू कर दिए. ठंड लग रहा है करके गिरेगा पांचू.
The only pastime we have on board is build our bodies, going to the gym, and that really feels good. Posing photographs on ships, it's amazing. This is our sarang who is coiling up the hose, and this is one of our cadet supervising, and that is our petty officer maintenance. And everyone is really working hard, and it is the only person, me, who is actually whiling all the time. Gala maar raha hu, gala. Taking pictures of everyone doing work. I hope no one is watching from the bridge.
वही पानी से सब क्राइम कॉलम में है, सब में पानी है, उधर से पानी निकलता है.
ओके, वो करो. वो भी कल से पेंटिंग स्टार्ट करेगा. पेंटिंग जो फोक्सल है ना नीचे वाला, वो वाइट पेंट करना है. वाइट पेंट. Life on board ship as a cadet is tough, fun, and equally very challenging, and different places to work, different atmospheres to work, different situations to tackle. Very challenging job. As a cadet, you need to do each and everything on board. There is nothing you will not be doing. You will actually be doing everything. As a cadet, you will be traveling through various oceans and various seas, and you will come across whales occasionally, and also sharks sometimes, and you will definitely see a lot of dolphins bobbing up and down, jumping here and around, and a lot of flying fishes which usually You can see them fly for at least for 10 meters on top of waves. When you have very rough weather, you see them flying right on top of the wave, drifting on top of wave, a fish with wings. It's an amazing sight. Right now what you're seeing is a whale, and it was fun to watch them play. I think it was a mother and a calf, so it was nice to see the whales. You also get to see the sky full of seagulls, boobies, and you also have albatross, so you can see them flying. They are so amazing. I've seen them flying across oceans, 5,000 nautical miles, 2,000 nautical miles. They just follow the ship. They sometimes nest on the ship. We have a change of pilot now, and the pilot is going to board the vessel using a helicopter. So the last pilot boarded our vessel using a pilot boat. So this time it's going to be a helicopter, and he boards our vessel. You can see here the helicopter landing on our helipad on the first hatch on board. This was my first experience of a helicopter landing on the ship. What an experience, I'll never forget this. That's the picture with me, the helicopter behind me. Amazing. The pilot has boarded our vessel, and now I'll show you a little bit of our navigational bridge and its equipments.
I'll show you all the equipments here. Yeah. So this is eco sounder, which shows depth below the keel. You can see 19.9 meters. This is the course recorder paper in which all the courses history get printed on this. This is the navigation charts we are using. All equipments: parallel ruler, eraser, calculator, divider. This is the most important of all, GPS, in which it shows the position of the ship, latitude and longitude. This is the speed log. You can see this is our passage plan from Yosu to Devi City. This is satellite phone we use. This is the photocopy machine. This is emergency escape breathing device. This is the weather machine, which receives facts about all weather reports. You might be wondering where from this sound is coming. So I will say this is VHF, on which channel 16 is maintained. Now this is all our alleyway, bridge alleyway.
Vessel NSS Endeavour, NSS Endeavour.
We get a clear screen of this.
Inchcape shipping, Inchcape shipping.
This is one of the most important navigation equipments, radar, RADAR. This is the steering stand. We do steering from this handle. Shows the heading of the ship. This is the magnetic compass, in which we can see the magnetic heading of the ship. This is the telegraph. This is the phone. These are all controls for PA system, for horn. These are all registers we update on board. maintain them. This is another radar. This is another VHF you can see here. It is set on another channel, channel 14. This is AIS, in which we can see other vessels' name with their distance and bearing from our vessel. This is SART, Search and Rescue Transponder. This is another emergency escape breathing device. This is a refrigerator in which we keep cold water. Let's see. This is our communication GMDHS console. We need not to go into deep with it. This is MFHF controller. This is SAT-C. These are all NVDPs. These two are printers.
All trainee navigational officer cadets go through a lot of navigational watches, which they have to do it with their chief officers. So this is me in the navigational bridge doing my watches. You learn about navigation, you learn about voyage planning, you learn about various kinds of operations on board which you need to control as an officer. We are berths at Gladstone Port, and now we start loading coking coal, and which will be discharged in India, Visakhapatnam. And the water taxi is here to take us for a shore leave and have some good fun.
Somehow I'm managing to take this video. I've lost all the photos I've taken in Australia. लेकिन जो लम्हे हमने बिताए, I cannot express it even with the photos which I've taken. ये हमारे सेकंड ऑफिसर फोटो खींचे जा रहे हैं, सिर्फ इन्हीं के पास हमारे फोटोज बाकी हैं।
और ये एक पागल की दास्तान अपने मुंह खुद ही अकेले गा रहा है। जीवन में इतना अकेला रह चुका है कि इसको किसी की आवश्यकता नहीं है, इसका कोई सहारा नहीं है, इसका कुछ नहीं हो सकता।
आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं हमारे बारे में?
I don't have words to say, बस कह सकता हूँ कि बहुत
May God bless you. May God bless you.
God will bless me and you also.
चल ये हमारे हैं डूड, हमारे सेकंड जैकी श्रॉफ।
Yes. रात को हमें मालूम है तुम बवाल खोलोगे नीचे ECR इंजन रूम में।
रात को वही जगह बॉल खोलने अभी।
Okay, back to 16.
Goodbye Australia. We'll be back in another 3 months. Bye bye.
हाय दोस्तों,
अरे दोस्तों,
जो आप देख रहे हैं ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया की फेमस ग्रेट बैरियर रीफ का एक हिस्सा है।
जब वो पायलट आएगा,
ये जो आप उसके पीछे देख रहे हैं ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया का हिस्सा है। दिस होल थिंग इज ऑस्ट्रेलिया।
वेरी हैप्पी है, बहुत खुश हैं हम लोग, बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हैं। कभी कभी बस मन नहीं लगता, लेकिन एक्चुअली वी आर वेरी 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 हैप्पी। और ये अरे वाह, ये हमारे
आप देख सकते हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया ग्रेट बैरियर रीफ का हिस्सा। ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं जानता उसके बारे में, बस ये जानता हूँ यहाँ हम लोग तेल डिस्चार्ज नहीं कर सकते। तेल डिस्चार्ज करेंगे जेल हो जाएगा। क्या कर सकते हैं, देख ही सकते हैं, कुछ कर सकते हैं। नज़ारा अच्छा है, बस यही देखते रहते हैं, दिल खुश होता है। सोचते हैं कभी कभी कैमरा उठा के निकाल लिया वीडियो कैमरा।
एनी मैसेज फॉर योर पेरेंट्स?
My parents, I miss them and I want them to be with me
अगर यहाँ होते मेरे साथ तो बहुत अच्छा होता, लेकिन नहीं हो सकते, कोई बात नहीं। आई टेक दिस पिक्चर टू देम, अच्छा होगा। व्हाट अबाउट यू?
I miss them all. I'll show them my
कैमरा इधर भाई।
my camera is my कुछ है यार, ऑस्ट्रेलिया घूम के मज़ा आ गया ना।
बहुत मज़ा आया।
अभी रूम में एज ऑफ एम्पायर्स खेल रही है।
तो क्या हो गया? ऑफ वॉचूं 8 से 12।
आज हमें ऑफ मिला है, संडे का ऑफ मिला है।
संडे है आज, संडे है, आज संडे है। Okay, so you can see Shri Majumdar standing by restricted area, no authorized person allowed.
कैरी तो नहीं लग रहा।
You can get,
लगना चाहिए, सेलर की
you can get। अपने केबिन में चलते हैं।
चलो चलो।
ओके।
ये मेरा कबर्ड है और वो देखिए मेरा बिस्तर। एक बार पिल्लो तो उठा के दिखाए। दुनिया भर की मैगजीन्स। ये मेरा छोटा सा शेल्फ, ये हमारे 2 पंखे।
Hey, it's me.
Hey!
अपना केबिन, अपना जहाज। ये पोर्टहोल है, पीछे नज़ारा दिखता है, जहाज की पूंछ। ये देखिए हमारे असलम भाई अभी सलाद बना रहे हैं। कम्पेंट्रीमैन लंच के लिए सलाद बढ़िया बनाते हैं, लेकिन बॉडी भी अच्छी बनाते हैं। देख रहे हैं आप, ज़बरदस्त तरीके से काम करते हैं। तो ये हैं हमारे पवार जी जीएस कैप्टन एंड ऑफिसर जीएस। इनको हमेशा ऑफिसर लॉग एंट्री करते रहते हैं, लेकिन अभी हुई नहीं है लॉग एंट्री इनकी। ये देखिए यहाँ हम लोग खाना खाते हैं। ये है हमारा लीवे। ये है हमारे क्रू कुक खाना बनाने के लिए। ये हमारे पेटी ऑफिसर्स लॉन्च। यहाँ पे अभी ये हमारे पीएम जो कि इलाहाबाद के हैं रहने वाले मिस्टर महेश चंडोला, और ये हमारे आरपीओ जी, सीनियर आरपीओ। इंजन रूम के काम बहुत ज़्यादा करते हैं, लेकिन बात बहुत कम करते हैं। और एक ये जयप्रकाश जी, ये अभी आने वाले समय के चीफ इंजीनियर हैं। चीफ ऑफिसर के दोस्त भी हैं। ये हमारे राजेश जी। और हाँ, ये अब आएंगे हम लोग गैली में, जहाँ पे खाना बनता है हम लोगों का। ये है हमारे कैटरिंग ऑफिसर, जो कि खाना बहुत अच्छा खिलाते हैं। और ये हमारे चीफ कुक, ये देखिए ऐसे खाना बनता है यहाँ पे गैली में। ये हमारे सेकंड कुक। देखिए आज फ्राइड राइस है और करी सॉस। ये हमारे क्रू कुक जो कि क्रू का खाना बनाते हैं। ये देखिए ये है हमारा रिक्रिएशन रूम, क्रू मेस रूम में ये बैठे हुए हैं अभी जीएस वैती। मुंबई के रहने वाले हैं, लेकिन ठीक अच्छे आदमी हैं। अभी आराम कर रहे हैं, गला मार रहे हैं। अच्छा छुट्टी है अभी। ये है हमारा क्रू रिक्रिएशन रूम। यहाँ पे क्रू लोग आराम करते हैं। यहाँ पे देखिए एक हमारा एचएम सुखानी मिस्टर योगेश गाने का लुत्फ उठाते हुए। ये है ऑस्ट्रेलिया।
नदिया से दरिया, दरिया से सागर, सागर से गहरा जाम, सागर कह कर है शराबी अब पुकारने लग गए। ओ दिल की बेचैनी को आया थोड़ा सा आराम, नदिया से दरिया।
अभी सब एक्टर है, किसी के पास पैसा है किसी के पास नहीं है, बस टाइम पास करने के चले गए। अभी शाहरुख खान है, वो गया फल की दुकान पे, फल की दुकान में पूछता है ये क्या है, ये बोलता है, फल वाला बोलता है ये आम है। तो टाइम पास करना शाहरुख खान को बोलता है हमारे दिल्ली में तो इतने बड़े बड़े आम होते हैं, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है। हाँ बाबू होते होंगे, दिल्ली में होते होंगे, इससे बड़ा आम तो हमारे दिल्ली में होते हैं, तो कुछ भी नहीं। तो वो फल वाला समझ गया टाइम पास कर रहा है, पैसा कुछ है नहीं इसके पास, टाइम पास बोला ठीक है अभी मैं इसको बनाता हूँ। अभी उसने कटिंग कर देगा वाटरमेलन, तो पूछता ये क्या है, नहीं ये क्या है? फल वाला बोलता है साहब ये अभी अंगूर है, छोटा है, अभी कच्चा है, जब पक जाएगा ना एक टेम्पू में जाता है भर के, पूरा बिल्डिंग वाला स्ट्रॉ घुसेड़ के पीता है, उसमें खत्म नहीं होता, लोखंड वाला। अभी धर्मेंद्र गए, सोचे कि टाई खरीदने जाते हैं, टाई कम थी, टाई की दुकान पे गए, कुत्ते मुझे टाई दे, धर्मेंद्र कुत्ते कमीने, हाँ धर्मेंद्र एक टाई दिया, अच्छा नहीं है, दूसरा टाई दिया, ये भी ठीक नहीं है, 4 5 6 7 पूरा दुकान खत्म कर दिया। लास्ट में एक टाई अच्छा लगा, बोला ये अच्छा है, ये कितने का है? बोला साहब 2000। कुत्ते इससे सस्ते तो हमारे पंजाब में जूते आ जाते हैं। बोलता साहब जूते अच्छे आ जाते हैं लेकिन आपके गले में जूते अच्छे लगेंगे नहीं। नाना पाटेकर गए जूते खरीदने, नाना पाटेकर मेरे को जूता मांगता है, जूता मैं दिमाग खराब करने का नहीं, मेरे को जूता मांगता है, बस जूता चाहिए ना, चिल्लाता क्या है, जूता है भर के दुकान में, दिया उसको, पैसा एक भी नहीं उसके पास, टाइम पास कर रहा है बस, दिखाया, लास्ट में कुछ सेट उसको अच्छा लगा, बोला अभी मैं लेके जाता है, पैसा कल देगा आंखों में सच्चाई देख। हाँ लेके जाओ बिंदास, कल देगा पैसा। अभी दुकान वाला मालिक आया, बोलता है क्या तू बेवकूफ है, इसको फ्री में जूता दे दिया। बोलता वो नाना पाटेकर में उसका दादा है, वो कल वापस आएगा। बोला कैसे? एक उसको 9 नंबर दिया, एक 10 नंबर दिया। अमिताभ बच्चन, एक अम्मा जी बैठी हुई नीचे, अम्मा ये साला नींबू कितने का दिया? नींबू कितने का दिया? अब सामने नहीं आ रहा है। अम्मा ये नींबू कितने का दिया? अबे लंबू नीचे झुक के देख, संतरा है संतरा। आपके सामने श्री मजूमदार कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे।
Good afternoon, Captain officers and crew on board, sir. A very happy Independence Day to you all, sir. It is an occasion of great honor and joy as we step into the 61st birthday of independent India. I hereby welcome you all to this august gathering and partake of its agenda, which is nothing but happiness and respect for the mother nation. Our lives on board are hard and cut off from the rest of the world, but it is every way reflects the freedom that we enjoy all over concurrent with the very theme of socialism. As it is known that with the great power comes even greater responsibility. So as India ages and becomes more powerful by the day, as an outcome of abundance of talent, dedication and commitment to the end the shortcomings of the past and stand at the altar of supremacy. We must acutely be aware of our lasting pledge towards the betterment and the restoration of peace for the mankind without clamoring over caste, creed and religion. So before we start enjoying, as we must first of all emboss this pledge in our hearts and keep working towards it in whatever capacity we may serve. Without taking much of your time and patience, now I would like to conclude with just Jai Hind!
Jai Hind! Jai Hind! Jai Hind!